It may come as a surprise to many, but you're gonna be kicking in a lot of doors in Door Kickers 2. Shocking, I know. But what do you do when there's a locked door that can't be opened by a firm kick? Well, that's what we're gonna be covering in this short guide. The game offers you several tools to open locked doors, from explosive charges, hammers, crowbars, shotguns, and even lockpicks. By default, every member of the Ranger team is equipped with a haligan tool, basically a high-tech crowbar. This multi-tool is traditionally used by firefighters to access difficult spaces. Naturally, it's found its way into the hands of SWAT and other tactical entry teams. The haligan tool can be used on any locked door to gain entry, but be aware that this process is very loud and slow, which will ruin the element of surprise and leave your troopers vulnerable for some time. This is the slowest forced entry method for the Ranger team. If you want to gain entry a little bit quicker, and with a little finesse, then you can try out the dynamic hammer. This will instantly open any locked door, similar to a kick, but they will take some time to ready their equipment before and after opening the door. Be sure to bring a battle buddy or two if you're using this method. In addition, the dynamic hammer can only be used on doors. It cannot be used on padlocked gates. Similar to the dynamic hammer, the breaching shotgun can only be used on locked doors, not gates. However, the trooper will ready their weapon before opening the door, thus making it a better option for a solo trooper. Despite having a capacity of 4 rounds, the shotgun can be reloaded, allowing you to open as many locked doors as needed, meaning that ultimately this is not an expendable entry method. If you really need to open a door quickly, then slap charges are your best option. They have the shortest time to ready, they open a door instantly with minimal threat of collateral damage, and can be triggered remotely, thus putting your troopers at the least risk of return fire, which is very common when using slap charges. These can come in stacks of 1 in the grenade slot, or stacks of 3 in the backpack slot. Obviously, these charges are expendable, but the 3 backpack charges should be enough to open all the locked doors on most maps. Charges can be used on any door or gate, which can be useful to remotely open a door, in a particularly dangerous fatal funnel, or to blow the covers off of windows to expose new angles of fire. Of any option available to you in the game, this by far is king. If you value making an explosive first impression, or you just want to give a bomber a taste of his own medicine, then breaching and demolition charges are your best friend. Be aware that these take longer to plant, only come in the backpack slot, and carry a significant risk of collateral damage. The CIA team not only has the breaching shotgun, dynamic hammer, and slap charges, but also lockpicks. By default, all CIA operators can pick locks, but they can also be equipped with a lock drill to quickly and silently unlock doors, and still make some noise, which could alert enemies standing close to the door. The Noraki SWAT, in typical fashion, has the least options available for their gear. All non-militia team members have a haligan tool by default, but only assaulters or sappers can use the dynamic hammer, and sappers are the only ones that can use breach charges. Sappers have 2 options. Door charges come in stacks of 4 in their backpack, or 1 in their grenade slot. They are similar to slap charges, but take longer to apply and can't be attached to gates. They also have demolition charges, which come in stacks of 3, only in their backpack slot. These can be used to blow a hole in the wall, and likewise they cannot be attached to gates. As always with the SWAT team, you'll have to be a bit more conservative with your utility than with the Ranger team. Also be aware that their charges carry a much greater risk of collateral damage than normal, but then again, that might also be what you're going for. Honorable mentions go to rocket launchers like the AT-4 and RPG-26, which aren't exactly breaching tools, but they can be used to remotely blast a hole in the wall, or utterly annihilate an enemy fighting position. Your troopers will take some time to ready their equipment, so be sure to keep them covered, and of course, the launcher is single use, so make it count. In addition, there is the thermal lance used by the Ranger and CIA teams. These are single use and only come in stacks of 1 in the grenade slot, but can be used to quickly cut a hole in a fence or open any lock. Last and certainly least, we have the militia members, who have no tools of any kind available to open a door. So you might ask, what do you do if you encounter a locked door with Militia only? Well, if kicking the door won't work, what about kicking it a lot? I'm not kidding, that's actually what you do. For obvious reasons, this is a very slow and loud process, but it ultimately gets the job done.